Welcome to Telarus Agent Training, Lesson 5. In today's lesson, we're going to talk all about the Customer Relationship Management System created for you by Telarus. Today's training will include a detailed tour of the customer record, sales funnel classifications, adding notes and using the task manager properly, adding locations, as well as adding customer contacts. So with that, let's get started. Today's training starts here on the front page in the inbox, which again is a repository of brand new customer records entered into the system. Each lead in the inbox has next to it a couple of peculiar looking icons, starting out with this one where it says company. You'll notice that this icon here is fashioned after the Telarus logo. So of course this one here means that this is a Telarus lead. We work with other companies too to generate leads. If a lead comes in from another one of those companies, this icon here will change. Next, we have record type. The record type is really just an indicator to you of the origin of this customer record. If it was entered on a public-facing website, not through the back office, you'll see a spider web here. If it was entered by you through the back office, you'll see a little U-turn arrow here. If it was entered by one of your VAR partners, you'll see a little blue helmet here that denotes that this information was entered in by hand from one of your VAR partners. Next, we have the customer's name with a link to get into the customer record. Next, we have the billing telephone number, service that they requested, as well as the LEC information of that phone number, the customer's contact information, the agent who is attached to this lead, which in this case is our test account closer, and then a series of actions: accept, pool, and reject. Most of these buttons here were created with the intention of processing web leads, where somebody could drop it into the pool, meaning I don't have time for this lead, let's let someone else work it, or delete it, it's just junk. But for the most part, you'll just be clicking on this green down arrow here called accept lead, so that it takes this lead and puts it in your accepted leads box. Now, even though we classify leads into different areas, you can always search for a particular customer record using this search bar here at the top. The default, of course, is business name, but you can filter by several of other different criteria. The customer ID, which is the numerical version of that customer record, the quote ID, which is a numerical number denoting a quote that you run, proposal ID, order ID, vendor account number. This is the account number assigned by the carrier for some of your completed orders. The customer's telephone number. A contact name of somebody who works inside that business. Their email address. City, state, zip, or even comments. So you're really only a few seconds away from finding anything that you need. So let's go ahead and use this and find a customer record now. So I searched for OTA physical therapy. Of course, you can see here we do parcel searches as well, just for your ease of use. I find the record I'm looking for, and then I go in. The first thing that I want to do once I'm inside a customer record, especially a brand new customer record, is I want to accept that lead. So I click on the accept button, and now you'll notice that everything up here changes. Now this area here, the quick change area, allows you to move this record through the different status fields of the CRM. We begin in accepted, which simply means you've entered the record and are working it. Attempted contact, that means that you've attempted to make contact with the customer through voicemail, email, or other means. Contacted means you're in working contact with this person and are working the opportunity. Sent proposal means you have sent formal pricing proposals to this customer and are waiting feedback from them. Accepted proposal means feedback has been received in the affirmative. The customer does want to move forward with paperwork. Once you get the paperwork signed and submitted to the carrier as well as to our system, you move this into status of paperwork submitted. Once the carrier has the paperwork, go ahead and move this to provisioning. After the customer has been provisioned by the carrier, this is the most exciting category, that's activated. That means the customer is turned up and receiving bills from the carrier. On the bottom here, we have some not so great categories, but all important nonetheless. That's canceled. That means the person was using the service and later dropped off. Call back later. This is a status where a lot of agents choose to put their leads that are basically in the holding queue. People who are currently under contract that you need to follow up with in 6 months, etc. Residential. From time to time, people come into our websites and submit leads that are not commercial. When you submit it to residential, it takes the lead and sends it back to the origin of that lead, whether it's a lead generator or VAR, and lets them know, hey, this is a residential opportunity. I will not be working this for you, but thank you for your business. And lastly, junk. This is where test orders go, ABC123, and test@test.com. Now, one of the most important areas of our CRM is here in the tasks and notes section. These sections will allow you to create tasks for this customer, which are of utmost importance. To add a task, simply click on the Add button, and you will be directed to a page where you can enter a task. Here in the task section, there are several different items. First off, priority. You can set a low or high priority. This is to help you distinguish tasks on a specific date that overlap. So if you have 5 tasks set for tomorrow, we're going to list on the front page the highest ones first. Next, you have a due date. Simply click on the due date here, enter in the due date, enter in the time, and enter in the task. Next, you can assign this to yourself or any of the other associate admins or people working with you on this record. Again, you can set those up here in your profile. The coolest feature, I think, of this task management system is the fact that you can be sent email reminders. Again, you can send it to anybody on your staff, whether it's you or other people, so you can remind them to get this task done. You can also set a delivery date. You can set this to be the day of the task. You can set this to be the day before the task, the night before the task. Whatever the case may be, select your time and time zone and simply click on Add. You'll notice that this task is put here in the customer record. For your ease of use, we've also added that task to the front page here. After you've added the tasks that you've wanted to accomplish for this customer, the next thing you'll want to do is add notes. Now, you'll notice here there's actually 2 different flavors of notes, agent notes and private agent notes. Either way, they're both notes. These ones are visible technically on a public website if this is a web lead from the internet. The customer is given a login and password where they can go back to the site where they created the lead and look at their prior quotes. Well, attached to those prior quotes are also these agent notes. If you want to create notes and ensure that absolutely no one ever sees them, private agent notes are the way to go. Adding a note is easy. Simply click on the Add button, type in your note here, and simply click on Add. You notice that when the note is added, all of the information here is visible in the note, as well as the author and the time the note was entered. This keeps things straight. Again, if other people are sharing in your back office, you'll know who actually wrote the note and when they did that. Keeping notes, again, is extremely important. Notes and tasks are probably the 2 most important areas of the customer record so that you can keep things straight. But last but not least, you'll want to make sure that the customer contacts area stays current and up to date. This is of extreme importance as this is the interface of the person you're dealing with here at this customer. Simply click on the customer's name and you'll see their exact information here. Now, if there's something in here that needs to be edited, all you need to do is click here at the bottom, Edit Customer Contact Record. This will enable you to keep their email address up to date, their address, their work phone number. Again, there's room here for an extension. Their home phone number, cell phone number, fax number, any information you can glean from this customer, we want you to enter it here so that you can remember. to edit, simply click the edit button at the bottom, and you're on your way. You can also notice that when you're adding new customer contacts to this record, there's some things down here like birthday. When you enter birthdays, it will actually show in your task manager when those birthdays are coming up so that you can send birthday cards and do whatever it is that you need to do to make sure you endear yourself and establish deep customer relationships. Lastly, you'll notice up here a section called SME Leads. SME is an acronym for Subject Matter Expert. These are the leads that I've sent out to other agents and I'm waiting to hear back from them. And these are the ones that have been accepted by other agents that we're working together. When you SME with another agent, you basically make this whole customer record visible to them as well as you. To add SMEs to any record or share in the commission in any way, come down to the bottom and find the agents with access. To add another agent, simply click on the add button, find the agent you'd like, and enter in the proposed split that you would like to share with them. If you would like to give them full access to the record, simply click there and they'll be able to not only add notes, but make changes, run quotes, edit the customer's information, and whatnot. You'll also notice a little star next to the agent's name. This shows you what type of partner they are with Telarus through the Agent Rewards program. A Platinum partner, as it shows here, has over $250,000 with Telarus. A Gold partner has over $100,000 with Telarus. So you can see that these people have actually done something. And last but not least, the customer information here, back where we started. If you fat-fingered or mistyped this information, you can always go back and edit it. Simply click on the edit button and you can fix everything here in the customer record. You can let our system know where it came from. You can change the status here too if you'd like. And you can even send this to another agent. You can send it to subagents that you've got set up if that's what you're doing. But you can also find another agent here. Say you're on vacation and just need to send it to somebody. You can use the SME tool, or you can actually send it to them through the Assign Closer tab here. Simply click on Submit Changes when you're done, and the edit is complete. Now again, in reminder, if you change the person attached to this record using this system here at the top, you will relinquish all of your rights to this customer and you will not be able to get back into this customer, nor will you be paid for this customer. So please use that button very carefully. And with that, this concludes this training, Lesson 5 of the Customer Relationship Management System. My name is Patrick Oborn, your host, and thank you for joining with me today. We will see you in Lesson 6. Goodbye.